Germany, Italy and Japan. Everybody knows the heavy hitters of the Axis team. But what about the Eastern European bench warmers who eagerly sign up? Was it a case of join the bully to avoid getting beaten up? Or they actually thought they will score big by siding with Nazis? Today we're diving into the world of desperation, ambition and terrible life choices as we explore why Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria and Slovakia thought teaming up with Hitler is actually a good idea. And by the way, those countries didn't even like each other. Romania and Hungary, frenemies at best. My name is Darek and welcome to the Sands of Time. The late 1930s and the early 1940s, a magical time when the Eastern Europe was the least desirable world's real estate. Picture it. Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria and Slovakia are stuck between two terrifying neighbors. Nazi Germany on the one side, Stalin's Soviet Union on the other. It's like choosing between house fire and a shark attack. These countries didn't just cozy up to the Nazis because they had a secret passion for a swastika. For them, it was mostly about staying alive and maybe grabbing some little extra land once they were at it. You know, as one does. In addition, signing the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact in 1939 was like watching two schoolyard bullies dividing up the lunch money victims. Nazi Germany and Soviet Union divided Eastern Europe into spheres of influence, which made those countries realize they have a choice: either join one of those thugs or get smacked by both. Oh, Hungary, poor Hungary. Ever since the Treaty of Trianon in 1920s, they were holding a national grudge the size of, well, 2/3 of their country, because that's exactly how much they lost. Trianon was a post-World War I treaty that basically carved Hungary up like a Thanksgiving turkey, handing big chunks of its territory to Romania and Yugoslavia. Hungary looked at Nazi Germany and thought, hey, maybe those guys can help us get some of our territory back? Well, who wouldn't take land-grabbing tips from Adolf Hitler, right? In 1940s, Hungary officially joined the Axis via tripartite pact, hoping to claw back some of their territories from Romania and Yugoslavia. And guess what? It worked at first. Hungary was now knee-deep in World War II and on the collision course with Soviet Union. By the time Hungary realized that Nazis are about to lose, they tried to switch sides, but it was too late. Romania had its own nightmares to deal with. First, they lost territory to the Soviet Union thanks to the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact, and then Hungary and Bulgaria swooped in and grabbed some more. Basically, Romania was a punching bag of Eastern Europe. So in 1940s, when Ion Antonescu took charge of the country, and let's just add here, it wasn't peaceful takeover as well, he decided that the best way to stop the bleeding is to join the Nazis. Maybe he's terrifying, but at least he's not Stalin. That was the general thought process. Romania joined Axis, hoping that Hitler will help them get back the land they lost and also protect them from Soviets. Did that happen? No. Instead, Romania finds itself knee-deep in World War II, fighting Stalin's army on Eastern Front and deeply involved in Holocaust. By 1944, Romania had enough, and like Hungary, they tried to switch sides, but like Hungary, they were a little bit too late to the party. The Soviets rolled in and Romania ended up under Soviet control for decades. Bulgaria had a slightly different agenda. They were still licking their wounds after World War I and had their eyes on Balkans, hoping to grab some chunks of Greece and Yugoslavia. But there is one twist in Bulgaria's story. They managed to resist the Nazi pressure to deport the Jewish population, which in the sea of terrible choices is at least one decent decision. Congrats, Bulgaria, you didn't completely ruin your moral standing. But everything else, yeah, not great. Slovakia was practically a Nazi Germany pet project after breaking away from Czechoslovakia in 1939. Joseph Tiso, Slovakia's leader, was more than happy to play along, seeing Nazi support as a key to independence and just not being obliterated by Soviet Union. Slovakia eagerly joined Axis and didn't just follow along. They participated enthusiastically in deporting Jews to the Nazis' death camps. It's like being a teacher's pet, but the teacher is genocidal maniac and your reward is eventual Soviet occupation anyways. Fear and ambition, we can say those are the real motivators for these countries. They were scared of Soviet communism, and Hitler's anti-communist stance made him look like lesser of two evils. But let's not forget ambition. Hungary was dreaming about reversing Trianon. Romania wanted to claw back the land they lost, and Bulgaria was looking at Balkans like an open buffet. They weren't just trying to survive. They thought they could win something by siding with the Nazis. But Stalin wasn't the only one to be scared of. In 1941, the Yugoslavian government agreed to join the Axis, but just days later, a military coup occurred and the government was overthrown. The new leadership had second thoughts about signing up for Hitler's world domination plans. And Hitler, he didn't take the rejection well. He immediately launched a brutal invasion, tearing Yugoslavia apart. The country was quickly occupied and split into the puppet states. Many in Eastern Europe see the communism not just as dangerous political ideology, but a threat to everything they hold dear. Anti-communism was a powerful driver, but so was the fascist ideology. In Hungary, the far-right Arrow Cross party gained influence, so joining Axis wasn't just a defensive move. It was opportunity to let their inner fascists out for a walk. And when they did, they played active role in deporting Jewish population. Slovakia was no different. Joseph Tiso wasn't just anti-communist. He was riding the nationalism train all the way to genocide station. So, how did this all work out for these countries? Well, not great. They became complicit in some of the worst crimes in human history, and the protection they thought they would get from Nazi Germany vanished pretty quickly when the war turned. The Soviets came rolling in, and those countries ended up exactly where they didn't want to be, under Stalin's iron fist. Romania lost its monarchy and instead get brand new shiny communist regime. Hungary, Bulgaria and Slovakia became Soviet satellites, trapped behind Iron Curtain for decades. The dream of security and territorial gains, that all went up in smoke. So why did Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania and Slovakia join the Axis? Fear, ambition and complete inability to see how bad things would get. They thought they could score some gains and dodge the Soviet bullet by siding with Hitler, but instead they ended up taking triple hit, defeated by the Allies, occupied by Soviets and involved in some of the worst crimes in human history. Well done, everyone! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching me telling you the stories of worst decisions in Eastern European history, don't forget to like and subscribe.